Good evening, good afternoon, and good night. It's me, Dilbug here, and today I'm going to talk about a subject that is pivotal, that is so important for self improvement, so please listen up. Gnome hunting. Alright? Gnome hunting is the most important part of self improvement that nobody talks about. Without gnome hunting, you're literally nothing, and that's why it's so important, because I don't know how the fuck you can meditate. I don't know how you can exercise knowing the fact that there's gnomes out in this world hunting you down and watching you in your sleep. So, today I'm going to teach you guys how to catch gnomes and hunt gnomes. And let's start off with the first step is where to find them. Obviously, they're not going to be walking around the street. They're not going to be in your local McDonald's or your local shopping centre. They're going to be out in the woods, in the forest where it's nice and quiet. And what I've learned from hunting gnomes is that they like to be in very places that not a lot of people would check. For example, bramble bushes and thorn bushes. And I believe the reason they do this is because they know that it hurts a lot for humans to walk through that. And it's sort of like a barbed wire mesh around their forts. So that's what you need to look out for when you do actually go gnome hunting. They're not. You'll never find them behind a log or underneath a big rock because there's just too many. It's just too obvious. Somebody would think about that, but nobody would think about bramble bushes or thorn bushes. And how you can spot a decoy house and a real house is that real houses, the thorn leaves would be very well kept. They'd look like they've been trimmed because obviously the gnomes want to take care of their house. So that's definitely how you're going to tell the difference. But there's also a few tools that you're going to need for your gnome hunting expedition. The first thing is you're going to need some bush cutters, the ones where you cut really long ivy with. That is extremely important, so then you can cut the brambles or the thorn bushes. And their defense is pretty much fucking useless. They can't do anything at all. And gnomes, believe it or not, people usually think gnomes live in mushrooms, like really big mushrooms, but that's only in the stories. They actually live underground. And they have these advanced tunnel systems, kind of like rabbits and ants, where, there's really long underground tunnels, and on the side of the tunnels is usually smaller holes where they live in, and it's like a giant tunnel neighborhood system underneath the ground, because who the fuck is going to look underneath the ground? And gnomes are about this big, maybe around this big, so the size of their holes are a lot smaller. The holes that they dig, by the way, not their buttholes. They're usually a lot smaller, so it's very hard for a human to fit in. So, I said you'll need multiple tools, and this is where the second tool is going to come in handy. You're going to need to use fireworks, or the fireworks is a very effective method, because if you throw a firework down the hole, it's going to cause a massive explosion, and then they're going to have to come running out. They'll probably have some sort of secret entrance or someplace, so if you can locate that and then put a net above the trapdoor, just grab them all. You could get quite a few, but my personal favourite method is, and one that you guys should use as well, is the water method. I'm sure when you were all kids you did the psychotic act of putting water down a big ant colony entrance, and it works exactly the same with gnomes. So you'll need about 2 or 5 gallons of water, and you just pour it down the hole, because the only option that the gnomes have is to swim out or drown. So you wait for them to come out, because the current's not going to be very strong. I mean, it depends on the angle that they built it, but they probably built it with this in mind. So if you pour water down the hole, they'll all come swimming out, and you can just grab them with a net. That's the tool that you need as well. But I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. The absolute best method is a smoke bomb, because it's not lethal to the gnomes, right? They don't have any choice but to come out. They either come out or suffocate. So basically, you just gas the gnomes out, wait for them to come running out, and get your net and just grab them all, big bunch of them. So now that I've explained why you need to gnome hunt, sorry. Now that I've explained where you find gnomes and how to hunt them, let me explain why you should hunt them. First off, it's a very good sport. It's very competitive, and also the resale value on gnomes are fucking crazy. For one gnome, it's 500 euros, which is just absolutely insane. 500 euros for one gnome, and if you catch about, literally sell 2 gnomes, you get 1,000 euros. So I'm telling you guys, cryptocurrency isn't the way. You gotta get gnomes. Gnomes is the fastest way to get rich. Andrew Tate did it. Bill Gates did it. You know, all the famous billionaires. Jeff Bezos did it. All the famous billionaires, before they made these internet websites, were gnome hunters. So yeah, I hope this video has helped you guys out, and I hope you've learned some very useful, valuable information for when you do go gnome hunting. Thank you all for the support on the channel, and see you.